Welcome to week 52 of Blob on a Bike. This is the last week of my present challenge, having completed 51 weeks already. Now, I have got quite a challenge ahead of me. I am now back 3 and a bit kilos over my weight target, which is not great, but we have just had Christmas and New Year. So I am here today to make amends. It's Friday, the 1st of January, and I'm just going to get on with it. Today, I'm doing Davina, Own Your Goals. I can't get on my bike, it's too icy unfortunately, so I'm just doing a boxer size fit class with this young lady, Lily, I think her name, yep, Lily, there you go. So this is probably going to make me sweat. Let's get on with it. Right, let's do this. Okay, that's my exercise done. It's only about half an hour, but it's really hard work. And he says high intensity, so it must be. Anyway, I'm sweating big time, so I'm going to go and have a nice shower. That will be it for today. Maybe I'll get out on my bike tomorrow. We'll have to wait and see what the weather's doing. But until then, get out and do something yourself, and I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning. It is Sunday, the 3rd of January. And Happy New Year. This is my first bike ride of the year, and I have discovered my first New Year's resolution this year: move somewhere where it's not bloody freezing all the time. It is Baltic out here today. Oh, my hands are absolutely freezing. They should warm up. It's because my gloves have been in my cold bike shed and they're a little bit damp, and it's about 3 degrees out today. So whilst I'm actually not that cold, my hands are just bad. Anyway, also my gloves this morning were absolutely covered in mould, as with my helmet straps and stuff. So that's nice, isn't it? Anyway, enough moaning. I am very glad to be out on my bike today. I've got plenty of calories to be burning in the next few weeks and over the next 12 months, of course. But for today, a little trip, sort of outskirting my village in a route I haven't really done that many times. Probably only done this one once actually, so it's probably about 5 miles. I'm going to get on with it before the rest of me freezes. So over the Christmas and New Year's period, we did actually have a fair amount of bit of snow and plenty of ice, which because I'm fairly close to the coast, even at home, it's a 25-minute drive to the coast, but the air is warmer than it is inland, so due to the sea, don't tend to get so much in the way of ice, and definitely not snow. But we did have some last few days, but it's taken ages to disappear because it's just cold. We've also got what's called a beast from the east heading towards the UK at the moment, and a combination of weather factors which will make it bloody cold for the next couple of weeks. So I'm going to have to get used to this, aren't I? So we're fast approaching a place now called Dipper Mill, which is fairly close to my house. And you can tell by this post the water really gets up here when the river bursts its banks. As it did last weekend, all of this was underwater. So hopefully as I get to the mill, I'll be able to get through, because otherwise I'll be going back. The other way around is a very long way. So yeah, it's quite damp here still, so let's see how we're getting on. Just around the corner. Okay, good news, it is passable. Like I said, all last weekend this is all underwater, and it does flood here quite bad, to be honest with you. Sort of flanked by 2 rivers and it's in the middle, so when one of them goes they tend to both go, and this becomes a big swimming pool, and cars constantly get stuck along here because they think they can do it. Billy Big Spuds, sorry mate, you can't, and they always get stuck. So the fire brigade is quite often out here moving cars. Still iced over in there, icy wet patches. Right, let's keep going. Normally I'll turn left just after this bridge, but today I'm going up a long hill. It's not steep, but it just goes on for a couple of miles, I reckon, 1.5 miles perhaps. So let's get to it. I can almost feel my hands now. Well, that is that hill conquered. My intention was to turn left here and head back to my little village, but I feel quite good. I've warmed up a bit and I can pretty much feel all on my hand now, so I'm going to keep going this way towards Brandy's Corner and head back on the main roadway. It might even afford me a couple of extra miles, so let's do it. Wonder what that is. Looks fun. Okay, so normally I turn left here into my village, but I still feel good, so just going to keep on with it. Head towards Highhampton a bit. The wind has picked up, I've got a bit of a headwind, but I'm still quite warm despite my feet are a bit wet now, so they're getting a bit numb. But while I'm out here, I might as well get another couple of miles in. There's a horrible hill coming up, but I'm going to conquer it today. Okay, nearly done. Didn't quite have the beans to stand up all the way up this hill, but this is the top. I'm a bit done in. Too much bad food at Christmas, I think. But that is a nice sign. Whoa, I'm wandering in the road a bit here. Should be a bit easier from here on in. Well, it would be rude not to extend it further still, so let's do this. That's a nice motor. Right, that is it. I'm back on the main road and I am now actually heading home. Probably about 2 miles to go, I reckon. Do it. It's a lovely old house on the right there. Last time I rode along here I was being chased by a tractor. If you can remember that, leave a comment below. Am I right? Do a subscribe. So I'm just coming into my village now and guess what I've got? Back tyres going flat. So gonna do a little bit of walk of shame, I think, if I can't nurse it back, but I can feel my rim hitting the road, so that's not very good, is it? Still, not too far to go now. Okay, so that's the day's ride done and dusted. I did set out to do between 5 and 7 miles and I came away with a whopping 13.6 miles. So for my first ride of the year, I'm really pleased about that. See you in a couple of days for some more. Good morning, it's Tuesday 5th of January 2021. Let's get down to the post office. Chilly one today for a change, but at least it's not raining. So I'm really pleased to be getting out today because we have got apparently some horrible weather heading our way. Cold, sleet, snowy style stuff. So whilst I do enjoy a bit of the old snow, it's a bit of a nuisance sometimes, particularly when I want to get on my bike. Anyway, most of the day today there is about a 10 to 15% chance of rain. I'm making the most of it this morning because it's like this. However, don't know if you can see that over there, there is plenty of cloud building around, so if it does rain or precipitate, there is a good chance today that it will be a mix of sleet and snow and horribleness, because it is hovering around 4 degrees centigrade at the moment. It's nice and warm actually at the moment because I'm out of the wind and the sun's on me, but when I get in that wind it is biting. But sometimes you've got to do what you got to do, and I hope you will too today. So get on your bike. Nearly at the top. Well, that is heading straight for us. Not very quickly, I'll admit, because there's barely any wind really. It's just very cold, but hoping I can get back, get a few miles in before that hits us, because I don't really fancy getting wet again today. Slippery, muddy road for me this morning. Onto the coast path in a second. Just south of Widmouth Bay at the moment, and I do have to say it is very rare that you see the seaside, what am I, 4 years old, see the ocean or the sea that calm at this time of year. That's pretty mad. It's nearly like a lake. Anyway, I'm heading up here. Got the company of some sheep today, so helpful bit of tailwind too, so let's get on with it. It is definitely raining far out to sea over there, but luckily it's not raining on me, so I'm just going to keep moving, and what goes up must go down, and at the moment that's me, because I'm nearly at the top. So nice little downhill stretch down to Crooklets Beach. Let's do it. Well, there's a little tiny wave today in Crooklets. I think there was no waves up there because the tide's right in pretty much, so there's not much space for any waves or whatever. I don't know what I'm talking about, but it's nice up here, isn't it? I'm heading over there towards that building, somewhere there. Let's do it. Weather is closing in for sure. Better get a bit of a move on really, ain't I? I'm also super glad I can get out and do a bit of a bike ride today, because having not really been at work a whole bunch over the last couple of weeks, I haven't ordered any supplies, so I've had to re-up my stock and vinyls and whatever, and quite a lot of those will be arriving over the next couple of days, a couple of which are today, but they're both due for this afternoon delivery, so I don't want to be missing them, do I? Bit more post office action for you, Adam. So really trying not to get wet feet today, so looks like I might have a couple of bits to dodge just here, but so far so good. Hopefully the path isn't flooded. It shouldn't be, it's all dry, so still a bit icy on there. Oh no, looks like we're clear. Uh-oh. Yeah, safety. Oh. Job's a good one. Actually, I'd just like to make an observation. When I started this in January, there's no way I would have been able to get my feet up onto there, just because my belly would have been in the way. So trying to think back to when I first did that, because I just did it without thinking. Smaller tummy. Morning. Last little jolly up the Atlantic Highway, and that's it, me done for the day in about 1 mile's time. Let's get up this hill. Okay, there you have it, 8.84 miles with a really low average speed, 7.05, but I did that in less than an hour, and that's really what I allow myself, I guess. So that is it, and I will be back hopefully for some more tomorrow if the weather isn't really pony. See you later. Hello, it is Wednesday afternoon, and I'm going for a quick blast down to the post office. I'm a bit short on time today, so I can't go on a longer one, but I'm going to go a long route to the post office and back by the canal, same way I came, but the other way around. Anyway, just to let you know, I've got new inner tube now for my road bike, so I will be fixing that puncture ready for the weekend. And big up to Chain Reaction Cycles for my Star Mix. Yeah, and also I've got a new track pump as well, because I'm fed up with pumping my tyres up and with my CO2 canisters at home. Let's get out on a quick bike ride. Slowly does it today. I have got, guess what? Whoop, shorts on. Reason being, I've got to do a quick trip down today. I haven't really got a lot of time. As much as I'd like to get out a few laps of this, but just no time today, I'm afraid. Anyway, it does, when I do my full wet weather gear, or even my bib tights, it takes about 10 minutes to get ready to go out, and it's just such a drain of time. So today I've decided just to grin and bear it and get my bacons out, but actually it's not too cold and there's hardly any wind, so I don't think I'll do too bad with that. So today, really quick one, and I've got to do some work a bit later, so I don't know, I'm just chatting about it. Let's get on with this bike ride, shall we? Smells of poo again. So I am feeling pretty smug with myself, it has to be said. Now some of you who have seen a few of my videos might have known that or wonder why I don't stand up when I'm pedalling up hills. Just to go over it real quick, when I was younger I was doing said and my chain snapped and my ball sack went very quickly into my stem, and it was not very pleasant. Anyway, I've started a few months ago, started having a go at it and trying to gain a bit of confidence, because it's really messed my head, that did. And I'm pleased to announce that today the long hill up the high street into Bude, and the post office is right at the top. I was out the saddle pushing all the way up that hill, and it feels great actually, because although it's only a very minor achievement for anyone who rides a bike, for me, given those circumstances I described, it's quite a big deal, and it's quite a long way. It's quite a big hill. Really pleased. That stinks. Well, I should have said actually it's about hovering around 5 degrees today, but you can't really feel it because there's no wind, and the salt spreader has just gone past and sprayed my leg with sea salt, you know, rock salt, whatever it is that stops the ice. So they're obviously expecting it to get freezing later. Almost home. Right, that's it done for today. What's going on with my beard? Like Brian Blessed. Anyway, 6.4 miles today. There's no average speed for some reason, but some of that was quite quick today because it was a shorter ride. I decided to do some quick blasts, and really pleased with myself riding out of the saddle. Sounds really naff, doesn't it? All the way up that hill today. It's given me a little bit more confidence to crack on and do it again. So anyway, I'll shut up now. Hopefully more cycling tomorrow. The really cold weather is due to hit in the next couple of days, but different weather models predict different things, so we'll have to wait and see. It could just be wet and horrible, or it could be nice and snowy and icy, so we'll have to wait and see. But if there's any cycling possible tomorrow, I'll see you then. Bye. Good morning. It is Thursday today, and I'm out quite early today. Parcel coming later. So I'm getting out this morning. It is just hovering above freezing, so it's bloody cold, but there's hardly any wind. Let's do this. Don't know if you can see right at the top there, there's some dude riding up there on a bike, which I've never seen in the last year of riding up here. So I'm right down the bottom, he's right at the top, so I've got very little chance of catching him, but it will give me something to aim towards. What a lovely day, apart from it being blooming cold. As predicted, the dude on the bike is nowhere to be seen, so I don't know where he went, but I'm not going to catch him. But now the fun bit, let's blast down here. That's the old mast off of a ship that sank out there somewhere. And what a beautiful day it is today in Bude. Sea pool is empty today. A couple of nice little waves coming in, but I don't see any surfers. I did see some people in the sea over there actually, so perhaps it's better at Crooklets. I was trying to get a rush on, just trying to beat my time, trying to get a little bit faster. Now I'm going into my new challenge starting tomorrow, I guess, but I'll give you details of that when I've set him out. But anyway, nice little fire going on up there. Don't know what that's about. I'm heading over there, post office. Let's do it. Okay, that's me done on my last bike ride of this challenge. Just kidding, I'm going to go and do a lap of the canal. Yeah. Well, this could be interesting. Ice cold water, and there is quite a lot of ice in the middle, so I'm going to try not to stack it and keep my feet dry. Wish me luck. So far so good. Yeah, no drama. So that completes 2 laps and my bums hurt, so that is me doing another lap. 3 laps today. Well, one was a long one actually, so just over 3. Whatever. I ain't going down there. 1 more lap, I think. Let's do this. Okay, last little trip down the Atlantic Highway. My feet are absolutely freezing. but they have stayed dry, so I'm pleased about that. But I look forward to getting back to the unit and putting my slippers on, that's for sure. Okay, that is me done. I've done one long lap, 2 short ones around the canal. That'll do me, should get me over 10 miles I reckon. Probably a bit more than that, let's find out. Anyway, for now, I'm doing one. Pardon me. Right, that was it. 15.18 miles. I'm really pleased about that. It took me an hour and a half, but it was too cold out there to actually get up any warmth. It was blooming freezing. But I have to say I was very lucky with the weather this week, because the outlook for this week was bleak, with just absolutely freezing cold weather, which I did have, but also sleet and snow and all that sort of jazz, which has held off up until now. But tomorrow is a day when it could rock up, but we'll have to wait and see, won't we? Anyway, it doesn't bother me, because that is the last ride of this challenge, so I wanted to get a good one out, and I think I did that. 15 miles is not too shabby, is it? Hopefully I can put in a better weight tomorrow on my way in than I did last week, because that was bad. Anyway, one of those things, not going to cry about it. Hopefully you can get out on the bike today, but that is it. I will see you tomorrow for my weigh in, the last one. Hello guys, and welcome to what is week 52 and the final week of my excellent, awesome journey to getting a little bit thinner and losing a little bit of weight compared to this time last year. It has been a roller coaster, let's put it that way. I've had bad backs, I've had bad shins from shin splints, I've had a hideous month where I could barely walk on my feet because I had some random foot pain for a month on the bottom, which was horrible. You can see that all in the previous video, so you may well have seen that already. Anyway, so this is the final week of this challenge. My weight last week was 109.4 kilos, which of course is a little bit up on my target of 106 for the year, which I did actually beat earlier on in the year. I think it was September or October I did that. And then it went a little bit stale, and then of course Christmas came along, and you know, there's always food at Christmas, so not complaining about that. I did put a little bit of weight on, but I have had quite a good week of cycling actually. At the weekend I managed to get out and do about 15 miles on my road bike, which was really good fun. And then, you know, the weather was meant to be really pony this week, but Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I got out on my bike to the post office every single one of those days. I just got really lucky with the weather. It's nice today actually, but I'm pretty busy at work today, so I don't think I'll get out there today. Anyway, that's irrelevant, because this is finished now. So my weight last week was 109.4. I'm hoping I could have done a little bit better than that this week. Like I said, done a fair bit of exercise. So let's get to it and see how we're doing. Okay, so last week's weight was 109.4 kilos. I'd like to get a little bit closer to the 106, which was my target for the year. So let's get to it and see how we're doing. Okay, there you have it. My new weight today, 107.4, which means I have lost 2 kilos in the last week, which is over 4 pounds. So I'm really chuffed about that. There was a couple of little treats this week, which I won't go into, but I'm very, very pleased about that. And that does leave me just 1.4 kilo away from my overall target for the year. However, that's not the end of it. I'm not finishing there. That's just the end of this challenge. There will be a new challenge next week. So that weight, that 1.4 kilos will roll over and be added onto my next time challenge. So I'm going to enjoy this weekend. It is my birthday weekend this week. There's a reason why these videos started halfway through January, is so I can get my birthday out of the way and then have a clear run. So that is this weekend. It's actually Monday. If you want to send me a present, crack on. So my birthday Monday. Tuesday I will start filming for my next challenge, and you know, do another weigh in then I guess, and take it from there. But I would like to say thank you very much for anyone who's watched, liked, subscribed, commented on my videos. You know, I do really appreciate it. You know, I am very lucky if I get a couple of 100 views on my videos within the first month. But even if there's a couple of people who take something away from it, that makes me very pleased. And really, I did the videos just so I could look back myself and see the journey that I've made, and take it from there. But thank you very much. I hope you will stick by and you know, see me for my next challenge. It is cycling related, amongst other things. So let's get to it, and let me know in the comments below how much you smashed it. I will be leaving you. I've got actually a very you know, unique Christmas present this year, which is actually from my mother-in-law's partner. So thank you very much, Adam. He has written a Blob on the Bike song. He is a music producer, and he puts out a couple of albums under the name Repulse the Monkey. So I'm going to bang the video on the end. There's not video, but I'll put the lyrics and you know, the tune at the end of this video. Thank you very much for watching. I do appreciate it, and I hope you've lost some weight this year as well. I'll see you in the next one.
Blob on a bike, from fat man to fit man. When it comes to busting flat, he's a stone cold hitman. Blob on a bike, headed down the track. A big man goes out, a smaller one comes back. Blob on a bike, all along the coast. Come rain or shine, never giving up the ghost. Blob on a bike, it's a long hard trail, pedaling for dear life, balancing the scales.
Light it up, and we smoke.